Screen actors, today's video is all about your moment before. What is it and why it's really important? I'm Louis DeBianco and this is my channel Screen Acting Success. This is where you come every Friday for more tips, techniques, and secrets to help you become a more compelling, working screen actor in demand. If this is your first time here, click subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. Stick around to the end because I'm going to be giving away some free training that you are not going to want to miss. Your moment before. What is that? What it simply means is that your scenes do not begin at the beginning. Good actors begin their scenes before they appear on camera or speak any dialogue at all. You, as a good actor, must make your first words and actions connect to your character's life that was happening before we ever see you or hear you. And why? Because that's the only way that you will be fully alive emotionally, that you will be focused and the camera will pick up that focus, and the only way that you'll be believable on camera. And the way you achieve that is by asking a few basic important questions. Who, what, and why? Who am I? I don't mean what your name is, your character's name. I mean, who are you? What is your significant role in the story? Who are you going to be interacting with when the scene begins? Well, the scene begins before it begins, when we actually see you on camera. What is your relationship to that person? What are you doing? And we're going to find out that you don't answer that literally. It'll become clearer in a few moments. Why? Well, that sets the stakes, the urgency for your scene. Why is your intention? What is your life and death reason for doing and saying the things that you do in this particular scene? Now, the best way to really understand this is to watch two actors who are at the top of their game, Dustin Hoffman and then Meryl Streep. We're going to see Dustin Hoffman in his entrance to the great American drama Death of a Salesman, which was made into a movie. And we'll discuss the moment before after you watch this very short clip. Dustin Hoffman's entrance as Willy Loman in Death of a Salesman. I'm sure that you'll agree that there was a story being told in very, very precise detail, without any dialogue at all, just by the way he entered, the things he was doing, and they all had a specific meaning. Let's take a look at that entrance without a moment before. Let's say an amateur actor read the script and he sees that, well, Willie is opening the door to his home and he's coming home from a long sales trip. It could be very mechanical. We just see a person opening a door, walking into the house with some suitcases, and then that's it. The entrance is made. But we saw much more than that. We began to imagine a previous life. What kinds of questions or answers could Dustin Hoffman has possibly given to those important questions? Who am I? Well, Willy Loman is just a name, but to him, he is one of the greatest salesmen who ever lived. What is he doing? Literally coming home from a sales trip, entering his house. But what is he doing in the importance of the story, he is seeking refuge from a long battle that was hard. That battle was his sales trip, where he made countless calls and was rejected again and again and again, and it was very painful. Who was he going to be interacting with? His loving wife. And that is going to be one of the ways that he's going to get comfort. Why is he doing this? So that he can gain strength again to go back into the battle and make his mark on the world. What just happened before? It's very likely that Willie had fallen asleep at the wheel and almost crashed his car and lost his life. And now he's world weary and is coming home for refuge, relief, and comfort. You can see all of that as I describe it when you think of the scene. That's because Dustin Hoffman obviously had worked on a moment before that didn't just bring him physically into the scene, it brought him emotionally focused into the scene, carrying a very vivid previous life. Now let's watch this really quick, wonderful entrance of Meryl Streep in The Devil Wears Prada. Here it is. I know that Meryl caught you and held you the moment that she appeared on screen. Now let's look at what's literally happening. That entrance is what? It's a woman stepping out of an elevator into a building. An amateur actress might leave it that general, and the scene really wouldn't take focus or direction until much later when she began speaking and interacting with other people in the scene. But no, definitely would never happen with Meryl Streep. So let's look at who is she. She is the editor-in-chief of a leading fashion magazine. And in her eyes, the actress playing that character, she is the best editor of any fashion magazine in the world. What is she doing? Well, she is coming into her empire and to assert her leadership. Why is she doing it? Because she wants to continue to build that empire and keep it in a dominant position in the fashion world. What might have just happened before? Well, let's say that morning she had been watching TV and she saw a news blurb about another magazine that was slowly creeping up and might threaten her first place and actually overtake her. Now she comes here and she is going to really put the fear of death into her loyal subjects and make them understand that they had better work hard, work overtime, and make their magazine soar way, way ahead of any competition. That is the kind of thinking and the kind of script analysis and preparation using the moment before that will immediately establish you with a vivid character life that we can begin to imagine way before we've seen you and certainly before we hear you. Now I want you to think about how you can start using these moment before questions in your auditions and in your scenes. Practice some scenes with scene partners. Do them first by just beginning to speak your lines without giving much thought or work to a moment before, and then Do this powerful focusing moment before work and watch the difference. If you've gotten value from this, definitely leave a comment below so that other people can be inspired. More people will see the video. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now and give the video a thumbs up. I promised you some free training. You see on the screen the cover to my ebook, which is the ultimate guide to self-taping. I give you everything from acting tips to specific information on how to get the best lighting, the best sound. I give you a list of recommended gear and a diagram of my studio setup, which you are free to duplicate. You'll see the link to that book below. Download it, use it, and take your self-tapes to a whole other level. You're also going to find a link below to my latest online course, Self-Taping Mastery. That takes a deeper dive into self-taping, and it gives you the opportunity to have me in every single module, holding you by the hand, taking you step by step through the process. You'll also be able to reach out to me with questions that I will answer for you. Plus, when you see what I'm offering you with this course, you'll notice some great bonuses, including a totally separate course on live auditions that covers everything from what to do before the audition, on your way to it, in the waiting room, in the room with the auditioners, and after you leave, to make sure that you do everything to book that role. I sell that course separately for $199. It's yours absolutely free when you enroll in Self-Taping Mastery today. I always end with this reminder about on-camera acting. Your dialogue is important, but it's always secondary to the inner life that lives beneath your lines and in between your lines. So whenever you have a script in your hands, always feel it, say it, mean it, book it. If you feel it first and then you say it, you'll probably mean it, and then great chances are that you'll book it. And when you use the exercise for a moment before, you will really be able to feel it, say it, mean it, book it. Go out, create a stellar on-camera career for yourself. Let me know about it so that I can celebrate with you and share your win with the world.